Welcome back to Ketorificjourney with Mike. I'm Mike, Reformed Fat Man. This is where I just tell you some of the things that have worked, show you some of the recipes that have worked for me to be able to lose 110 pounds. I do keto. I do a little more stricter than some, but not as strict as others. I'm kind of in the middle there. And today I'm going to do a recipe for you. We're going to make cube steak, and we're going to do some green beans with it. And these are not just everyday green beans, open a can, heat it up. No, we're going to do some special stuff with it. So stick around and I'll show you how I make it. So I'm going to put my green beans in here. That's going to be for the cube steak. I've already got some olive oil in there. The pan is not hot. I will put it in there. I'll heat it up later. The green beans, I'm using frozen cut green beans that I have thawed. I do not cook them from frozen. These were some I got at Aldi, I believe. Might have been Dollar Tree, but I'm not sure. So possibly somewhere. It may have been Kroger, for all I know. But I thaw my veggies first from frozen. It just makes for a better cook for me. Now, I'm going to get my Mikey mix. And the Mikey mix is it's a mixture of salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. So I'm going to mix it in there. Stir it up, pour it in here and stir it up. The only thing I did not put equal parts of, I did half of what it was, but is the pepper. I like pepper, but my wife doesn't, so I didn't load it up with pepper because of it. So she doesn't mind a little bit of pepper, but she doesn't want a lot. So I'm stirring this up. I'm also going to put in a little bit of olive oil. Whoops. Now, olive. If you're old enough to know what that's for, you're all right. This Tom and Marie Garvey. I love Olive. Olive is a goddess. So we're going to stir that in there. Just give it something to help with that. Now, I went and left the Parmesan cheese in the refrigerator. I'll be back. So I've grated some Parmesan cheese and I put it in there. And now I'm stirring it up. And this is freshly grated Parmesan cheese, so I do, whenever possible, I do try to do that. But grating the cheese can be a pain, can take time, and if you don't have time, hey, you want to use the green jar or bottle, whatever it is, you know, the plastic thing with green on it, or if you're using the store brand, who knows what color it is. I say go for it. Make it yours, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to pass judgment on you, and never will, never have, never will. So when it's time, when the oven's preheated, this will go in and cook at I'm going to cook it on 375 for about 30 minutes. I am going to wrap it with tinfoil so the cheese doesn't burn. And I'll be back in a minute to show you how we're going to do the cube steak. So for the cube steak, what we're going to do is we're going to batter it. But we're on keto, can't use certain things. So I'm going to dredge it in an egg wash. Just one beaten egg there. Now I'm going to put it into here and let it dredge into it. And what I have mixed in here is equal parts of pork panko, which I made from pork rinds, and ground them up. Got to grind them up real good, and that's what I did. And I mixed in equal parts of the pork panko and some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And I'm gonna put them right there, put it right there on the plate. Then I'm gonna grab this other piece. This one's for the wife. I'm gonna sop up as much of that egg on here as I can. Sop, there's your good southern redneck word. Sop. Now I'm gonna run it through this dredge here of what we're using for our batter, which is gonna be tasty and flavorful. We're also gonna add flavor to it in the pan with having some salt, pepper, onion, and garlic powder. The Mikey mix that we just used on the other stuff. There we go. Now I'm gonna wash my hands and be ready to put it in the pan. One other thing, I am gonna let the meat sit in the refrigerator for probably 10-15 minutes just to let it kind of set the breading. Okay, so we got our meat in the pan. Got the pan hot. I'm gonna season this side of it with this. When I flip it, I'll season the other side. Because I don't want it to be over seasoned. You just want enough seasoning on it. And we'll let it cook up and we'll go from there. But you know, I thought about making a gravy with this and making it like a country fried steak and gravy, but I decided what the heck, I'll go without the gravy because this is going to be flavorful as it is. Although the pork panko, the cream, the Parmesan cheese, and the seasoning, if you put in stuff to make a gravy with, oh, it would be tasty. Very, very tasty. So when this is done, I'll come back. Look, Tom Garvey, it's Tongue Man to the rescue. That's done on one side as far as getting it good and browned up. And we'll flip it over and we're going to season it. And I'll bring you back when it's all finished. So there is the finished product. I decided to do some loaded cauliflower mash with it, and I left it in a bit of a chunky, like you get a chunky potato, mashed potato. This is loaded cauliflower mash that's left a little bit chunky. So stand by, we'll give her a taste. Okay, so let's start out the taste test with the cauliflower mash. I'll have to show y'all how I make that too, but here we go. Oh, it's got sour cream, some cream cheese, and a little bit of shredded cheddar. And it's really good. Get another bite. Yeah, that's excellent. Here's the green beans. Cheers. That's good. That's real good too. Now, you can also do this green beans in a stir fry if you like in the pan. You don't have to do it in the oven. You can do a stir fry. Let's take a hunk of this meat. That's perfect. That is perfect. Wow. Alrighty, I want another slice. That is so good. I hope you folks will give this a shot, a try, a taste, something. Prepare it. It's not that hard. It took about 10 minutes to prep. Not counting the time that the meat was in the fridge. Getting the batter on it, the coating to set a little bit. And cook time was about 30 minutes all total, because I started the meat when the beans were finishing. So, you know, and while the beans were in the oven cooking, that's when I battered it up. So that's figured in there also. And so you probably got a total of about 35, 40 minutes tops in prepping and preparing this meal. You can't beat that. You can't beat it. And you got a good battered cube steak. It's excellent. So until the next time, this is Mike at the Ketorific Journey, Reformed Fat Man, saying let's be careful out there.